everyone, and welcome to another one of my tutorials in the How to Draw Manga Boys series. Today we're going to draw a boy's face in side view. So I've marked the height of the head. This is basically, this space is where the drawing is going to go. And this is good to set down so that you know exactly where your drawing is going to be and how big it is. It just makes things a lot easier early on. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a line again, but I'm going to put it farther to this side of the page. This represents the front of the head. So he's looking to that side of the page. So this line represents the front of the head. And like with the other picture, we're going to make this a cross. Only it's not really a cross because we're going to cut off the line from the front. This is the eye line. Now let's take this line up a little bit and make a triangle right here. This is basically the jawline, and this will be the chin. Pretty straightforward so far. So let's continue by making a circle with this as basically our center point. So if you drew a box right here, the circle's center would be in the center of the box. So let's sketch that out really lightly. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle, and we want it to really go back a lot farther than this point. So stretch out the back of the circle until it looks basically like this. Now, something I've learned about drawing over the years is that if you keep it really loose like this, it'll be a lot easier for you to draw really elaborate things a lot faster. So if you're like me and you tend to really be attached to drawing hard, precise lines right away, break yourself of that habit, because it's really going to hold you back when you're trying to draw, since those lines can't be erased and they're not really loose and full of life, which is what we're going for. Now I'm using my eraser and shaving down the edges of this circle until I have basically one line. Okay, so far you might be able to see how this is a head in side view. We have the front of the face here and the back of the head here. We have the basics of the jawline and the chin. Because the human head is not straight down from the back of the head down to the chin, it's more of this shape, with the head jutting out farther and then coming down for the chin. Okay, since this is a young character and we're doing it in a manga style, let's tilt the front of the face back a little bit. So we'll angle this line down into the face instead of straight out. And I think I like this angle, just slightly back. We don't want it to look like he's looking down. So let's erase the other lines. Okay, now that we've moved this line back, let's select the point where the jaw will actually meet the face. This is the triangle we made earlier. Make a line down from it, and where it touches the circle, make a curved line that comes down and meets at the chin. Then erase everything else. We will put in the eye line again in a moment. But first I want to try and explain about the shape of the jaw. So what we're going to do first is we're going to draw the neck. So let's go, this is where the jaw ends. Let's go about 1 inch back from where the jaw ends, and for now let's just do a straight line down. Okay, now roughly where the middle of the face is. So the middle of this circle, go a little farther over, and that's where the other part of the neck will be. Now, I don't use this much symmetry and precision when I'm drawing normally, but this is just to get you used to where everything is placed. Once you know where things are placed, you'll be able to just draw a human head from scratch, like you see really cool, really fast artists do like that. So we will start with circles and lines everywhere, but once you learn how the face is shaped, you'll be able to do all of this without guidelines every time. Okay, this is going to be a younger character in contrast to the one I drew last time, who was a teenage character. So let's make his chin even smaller. And let's have his eye line be really, really low. Okay. Now our basic shape is not done yet. We need the rest of the face. The nose in anime juts out a lot more than it would in a realistic picture. So let's draw that in. From the eye line, go down a little bit and go like a slanting line. See this hoopy thing? And then just draw a straight line back down to the chin. And you instantly have a cute little manga nose. Some styles actually leave the nose just like this and like draw a mouth right here, but I'm going to show you a more stylized version. We'll be doing really cartoony anime manga tutorials later. Okay, since this is a really young character, let's round out the back of the head some more and shave off just a little bit of the top, because now his head is smaller. For young characters, a thin neck. And we will work with the jawline like so. We're probably going to be making a lot of changes to this drawing, tweaking it as we go along. But this is the basic shape for the manga side view face. I'm going to do a lot of cleanup here before we move on to the details. Okay, first let's put in the ear. So we know that the ear attaches right at the jawline. So let's make our teardrop shape right there. And when you're drawing the teardrop shape for the ear, remember that the top part will jut out far more than the top part on the other side. So it's like this on one side, and like this, and then this, for a realistic ear shape. And I know we're not going for realism, but even here there's a certain degree of realism we want to go for. So carve out the shape of the ear, and give it a nice soft hook at the bottom. And there we go, the manga ear. I'm going to shave down on his jawline again. Ooh, is that a pun? Shave, jawline, chin. Yeah, this kid probably isn't old enough to shave anyways. Okay, now it's time to do the eyes. The manga eye in side view is always really fun to draw. Now you see this point where the line dips in a lot? That is the depression where his eyes will go. So if you look at the human face, where the eyes are, the face goes slightly in. It's a slight slope, so the eyes are usually naturally in a bit of shadow. We're not going to show that here, the shadow I mean, but we're going to show that the face does curve in at the eyes and then back out again at the nose. So the manga eye, let's decide how high it will be, how far back. So we have this big box here to work with. The top of the eye is a curved line that will go almost to the bottom of the box, but not quite, and then hook down. This is the top eye line. So from there we do a curved outline for the pupil and another one on the back, and the line at the bottom is also on an angle like the top, and we extend that out a little and curve it up to the hook on the back. Now let's erase our guideline box. And there we have the manga eye in side view. Now this eye looks like he's unsure of himself or something. So to counter that, we'll put in an eyebrow pointing down a little. I'm going to erase this. It looks like eyelashes, which is a really feminine touch. So let's draw his eyebrow and point it down and make it thick and black. And as you can see, the back of the eyebrow is a lot thinner than the front, which is an important detail. Let's do the eyelid, just a short curved line above, and that is it for the eye in side view. If we were doing, if we were doing something really interesting, and this is mostly used on girl characters because they have bigger lashes, but if we wanted to give the illusion of more 3D, we would put another lash on this side, like that. But that makes him look really, really girly, so I'm going to remove that. We're doing a perfect side view here, with nothing of the other side of his face showing. Okay, on to the nose and mouth. We could just leave it like this and put in a mouth, but I'm going to make it really stylized. You guys can follow along with this if you want, or you can just leave the face the way it is for a really cartoony manga style. So I'm going to go in from the nose to about halfway down the face line. Then I come out again, back in, out, and back in. And this line curves out to the bottom of the chin. So this is now our basically stylized view. And I'm going to make the upturn of his nose a little less dramatic because that was starting to look weird. Round off the nose some. The angle that it was at was a little too dramatic, so I'm going to have it more at this angle, which makes him look stronger. And raise the lips a little because that's kind of low. As I said, that we do want the lips to be basically in the middle of this line, so let's do that. In the side view, when you do the lips like this, it looks like he's pursing his lips or making the shape your mouth would make if you're saying O. But if you put a line back here, it flows perfectly. That line is a little long. We want to make sure that this line meets where it would on the lips, but we don't want to actually make it touch. So now we have the front of the face and mouth and nose done. And let's move on to the details of the ear. So I'm going to sketch out the basics of the ear shape. This is basically how the ear is built. We have this sketchy part in here representing where it's deeper in and therefore in shadow, and this white part representing what's not in shadow, what's on top. So with that in mind, let's try and draw the ears the way we see on a lot of anime characters, with a line here going back, coming in, curving in some, jutting back up, and then a curve. Sometimes it also has a line in here, and I'm going to leave that. So that is the manga ear shape. There are a lot of different ears we could do. We could just do it like that, or we could just honestly just do an ear like that, but this ear shape with just the top rim of the ear outlined is usually reserved for elf characters. And right here we're going for a semi-realistic approach, so that's the sort of ear I chose. Alright, that is part 1 of this tutorial. I'm going to upload part 2 either sometime this week or next week, I'm not sure. But I hope this video was helpful to you guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment and subscribe and check out some of my other videos. And I will see you guys later.